You don't remember the exact day you decided to fight. Maybe it was the moment you realized running wasn't enough to silence the anger, that staying quiet was no longer an option. Since childhood, your body was your refuge, and every movement felt like a way to exist. While other girls played with dolls, you were throwing punches at the air in front of a mirror, imagining that one day you'd be more than someone who just endured. You wanted to be someone who conquered. The first time you walked into a gym, the smell of sweat mixed with the dull thud of punches hitting heavy bags made you feel like you finally belonged somewhere. The feeling of the glove wrapping around your fingers was almost sacred, a ritual that promised control and power. During those early sessions, your body ached, but there was something in that exhaustion that made you feel alive, complete. Every bruise was proof you were building something. At first, everyone said you had potential. Look at her, she's fearless. And you believed it. You ran harder than the rest, stayed after class to perfect your moves, learned to endure pain like learning a language. Your first victories came slowly, but they came. Cheap medals, photos with awkward smiles, motivational captions, hashtags that whispered of a bright future. Each like felt like a small piece of validation. But soon you started noticing something no one told you: being good wasn't enough. Winning wasn't enough. You had to fit the mold. An invisible, ruthless mold. You had to be strong but not too aggressive, feminine but never weak. No one warned you that every punch inside the cage would feel lighter than the questions thrown at you outside of it. Why don't you smile more? You're gonna end up looking like a man. Isn't this a guy's sport? You swallowed it all and went back to training, believing sweat could wash the doubts away. But deep down, you were starting to understand, fighting wasn't just about strength. It was about surviving in a space that was never built for you. And every drop of blood on the mat reminded you of that. Still, you stayed. Because by now, fighting wasn't a choice. It was who you were. Over time, you learn that the toughest fight isn't inside the octagon, it's outside. The first serious injury hits, and your body charges you for every midnight practice, every sparring session you refuse to skip. The pain is sharp, constant, a reminder that strength has an expiration date. You come back too soon, because in this world, no one waits. Full recovery is a luxury you can't afford, and your body starts carrying cracks that no one can see. Then come the contracts. Small, humiliating, almost always unfair. You train like a pro, but get paid like an amateur. They tell you, do it for the love of the sport, like love pays bills or funds surgery. Meanwhile, men with fewer wins than you get sponsorship deals just because they're in the right spotlight. You realize quickly, it's not enough to fight. You have to sell yourself. Show skin. Post feminine pictures. Smile after a fight even when your jaw is screaming in pain. That's when the word respect changes weight. Inside the cage, you're a machine. Outside, you're an object. Offers start slipping under the door. Photo shoots in revealing clothes, trashy reality shows, promises of exposure that always cost more than you're willing to give. But you need money to fight. So you start bargaining with your dignity. The trips become long, lonely. Hotel rooms that smell like disinfectant, walls that hum with silence, where the only company is your exhausted reflection in the mirror. The routine is a vicious loop. Cut weight until you're dizzy, step into the cage with a dehydrated body, fight like your life depends on it, because in a way, it does. And when it's over, there's no glamour. Just emptiness. The bruises that once felt like badges now feel like stains no one notices. The pain that once felt like a trophy now feels like a cruel reminder. You gave everything, and it still might never be enough. Each punch takes a little piece of hope away, but you keep going. Because quitting would mean admitting that all the sacrifices were for nothing. And that's a loss you can't bear. So you go back to the gym, lace up your gloves, and bleed in silence, knowing the fight never ends. Not when the bell rings. Not ever.